The journey to the other side, a near-death experience. My name is Encarna. I am Spanish. I have lived in the United States for 24 years, and this is where I have lived the experience that I am going to narrate in a few moments. I am currently 62 years old, almost 63, and when this happened, I was about to turn 60 in 2023. I have told this experience to both the doctors at the hospital where it happened and to my family, and even to my parish priest here in America, as well as friends. As other doctors and people describe, it is difficult to explain with words and terms on this side the images, sensations, timelessness, that is, the fact that where I was there is no time. It is a factor that disappears, nor does the voice as such, although it does have conversations. My came days after I had sigmoidectomy, in which the sigmoid colon in the large intestine was removed due to a diseased colon due to various attacks of diverticulitis for years. I was very scarred with adhesions and with a fistula communicating with my abdominal tissue. The operation was done laparoscopically, and at first it went well, but I hadn't quite recovered. At the hospital they told me that I had an ileus, which is a paralysis of the bowel movement necessary for a stool not to accumulate, and I was given medication to stimulate this movement. But I ended up vomiting. I was not hungry, and I was not well. After a small bowel movement, I was sent home, but I still didn't feel well. I had no appetite. I was very tired. Just one day later, I started having generalized abdominal pain in the late afternoon. I tried taking the pain medication prescribed at the hospital, but it didn't work, and the pain was still tremendous, to the point that I was crying and complaining loudly. My husband decided to call an ambulance, which arrived. They injected me with a painkiller, but it did absolutely nothing. The pain continued to get worse and worse. I was transferred to the hospital where I had previously had the surgery through emergencies. Meanwhile, in the ambulance, they gave me more pain medicine, but it didn't even touch the slightest expression of that torture. When I arrived at the emergency room, I only asked not to suffer, please, and the doctor there told me that he could not give me any more medicine or he will kill me. And those were the last words I remember. According to my husband, I was rushed in for a scan, and as he commented, my abdomen was lit up like a Christmas tree because my intestine had burst where the staples held the previous operation, and my abdomen was full of feces, contrast, and so on. I had emergency surgery with a Hartmann procedure, creating a colostomy and a large open wound about the diameter of a cantaloupe melon, deep. A few hours after the operation, from which I had not regained consciousness, I suffered a Takotsubo heart attack, which is commonly called broken heart syndrome, caused by the stress on my body from septic shock. My blood pressure dropped to a high of 60 and a low of 30, so the doctors told my husband that they didn't know if I was going to make it through the night. They put me in another ambulance and took me to a larger hospital in Milwaukee to drop me off in the cardiac intensive care unit. There I also suffered embolisms in an artery in my arm and some in my lungs, too small to dissolve. The one on my arm was removed with catheterization. Thus, from the moment of the operation, I spent 5 weeks in an induced coma, during which the doctors were not very clear whether I was going to overcome the situation. I don't remember any tunnel, no light, or being made of it. The only thing I remember, and I don't really know how I got there, is finding myself in a completely different life, where I didn't remember who I really was. I didn't know or feel if I was a woman or a man, if I had a past or a future. I did not know my name or remember any family or friends on this earthly plane. Basically, I could define myself as an energy. I just was. I can understand that maybe all the medication I was on could have had some influence on all that, but it never felt like a hallucination or a dream. I remember with details, colors, conversations, feelings, and even music. Music that I had never heard here, but of which I can say that we could equal on earth as relaxation music, but very beautiful. I remember being in a room, like sitting on a couch, even though I couldn't see my body, and someone would put water down my throat, down my neck, and tell me I could only breathe that way. To my right was a television screen where I could see beautiful images of the lake area here in Wisconsin, with very green trees, very blue waters, and a great sense of peace, and also a resignation that I should be there still and doing what I was told, even though I didn't see anyone around me. At another time, I went to see what will be an English street in the fog at night, with very weak street lamps. On that street, in the middle of the cobblestone road, there was a truck trailer without the vehicle. It had two doors open, the back and the front. I entered through the door that was wide open, and although I didn't see anyone, I could feel presences around me. The trailer was in complete darkness, but you could see the other door half closed. A voice of someone who could not be seen asked us consecutively if we wanted to work or die, and everyone answered to die. That way, every time someone answered that, the trailer door that we could see was closing a little more each time, going down a little more. My turn came, and they asked me if I wanted to work or die, and I answered to die. But it did not inspire any fear or any trauma. It was like something natural, even reassuring. But someone must have taken me out of there, because I remember going to another scene. I don't remember very well the order of the scenes or the places, but I do remember that I went from one to the other without transitions. I also saw myself in a kind of luxury cabin with high ceilings and large windows, and outside it was night too. And in the same way as in the white room with the music, I saw myself sitting on a sofa, but from my perspective, I could never see my body. I can describe that the wood was a reddish color, but not mahogany, more like cherry. The windows were large. In front of me was a kind of office access with tables, and to my left, another access to another room, also with office tables. But I was alone there, so I thought. From the ceiling hung from wires all style light bulbs, like those first Edison bulbs that won't give much light and in which you can see the filaments. I wondered what I was doing there, but not with great curiosity. Suddenly, I began to see very fast black shadows passing by in human form, but without definition. When I saw them pass, I wanted to get their attention to tell them that I was there, but they ignored me. They didn't scare me, but they caused me some unease. They came and went like in those horror movies where you see them go by fast, and none of them paid attention to me at any time. I saw myself later, suddenly, on a gondola in Venice, but instead of having normal light and colors, it was like being in a watercolor. Someone was with me in the boat, but I couldn't see his face. I must emphasize that I have never, ever been to Venice. Of course, I've seen photos and movies, but I don't know Venice thoroughly at all. Sailing through the canals, we passed a corner in a building where there were statues with vines and grapes. And as we passed, the boatman had a chalice that we had to bring to the statues, and they poured liquid on us. I'm not quite sure if it was wine, water, or what. When I returned home 3 months later, I decided to investigate part of all my experiences, and I found that in Venice, there is a building that is on the corner of a canal with the statues that have vines and grapes. It is a representation of Noah drunk. Honestly, I don't know if there is any correlation with it and with death, but it is what I saw. I also saw a nurse boy who was the only one who brought back a memory of my current life because he was very similar to my youngest son, who is now 22 years old, and who made me wonder what my son was doing there, since he is a mechanic and not a nurse. This also happened while I was unconscious. I was in different places. I was also in a house that reminded me of my home in Madrid when I was little, and I could see people who were Hispanic, mostly Mexican. I had another vision where I was lying in a field and I could watch the sun go down, and it was a very peaceful moment until someone twisted me to my right side and I felt an incredible pain in my abdomen. It happened several times during this experience, and it was the only time I felt quote-unquote human.